Hello, my name is Angela Jones. I'm with the Detroit Metro Convention and Visitors Bureau. Today I'm speaking with Christian Greer, President and CEO of the Michigan Science Center. Christian, thank you for joining me today.
Angela, thank you for having me.
Can you tell me about the Michigan Science Center and what makes it so unique to Detroit?
Well, the Michigan Science Center is sort of based in beautiful Midtown Detroit, and we're in a cultural district with a lot of other organizations that do some similar things. As a museum, as a science center, our mission is to inspire curious minds to discover, explore, and hopefully have an appreciation for STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. And we do it in a fun, creative way in a dynamic environment. And our focus is really to put you at the center of science. So we feel that there's a lot of people that might not consider themselves a science person or a math person. I'm not a math person, but you are if you're human, if you ask questions, if you seek answers. The critical thinking, creative problem solving that we do every day is something that we want to influence you're thinking about, make it more relevant and hopefully more accessible for you to come on down to the Science Center and check us out.
Well, definitely, we want to make sure that people do come down and check you out. Can you tell us about some of the events and new exhibits taking place?
Yes, we just opened a couple of weeks ago in partnership with Ford Motor Company, an autonomous vehicle. So you may have heard of sort of driverless cars or cars without a steering wheel or an accelerator or brakes. That sounds like a crazy proposition, but if you can imagine artificial intelligence, laser range finding, such as LiDAR and other kinds of tools and techniques, as well as sensing and GPS all mixed together, you can create a vehicle that can drive itself. And many companies have these on the road in which they are experimenting with them. And we work with the engineers at Ford to create this autonomous vehicle exhibit. So it is on the floor of our museum right now. When you go into the Science Center, you'll see it right as you come in. And we're hoping that people can learn more about that. But we're also building an exhibit called an Ames room. So if you've ever seen a room where it's a forced perspective or it's something that tries to shift your viewpoint, so we're interested in shifting viewpoints and giving people an opportunity to understand through science how your perspective means everything about how you view the world. And so this will be a walk-in experience where you can stand on one side of the room and the two people can be the same height, but you can have your kid on one side of the room and you can be on the other, and your heights will change, your relative sizes will look different from that perspective because the floor, the ceiling, are all shifted slightly. So we're trying to do new, creative, cool things that just get people interested. Once they get interested, the doorway is open to STEM.
Nice. And speaking of doorways, for visitors to the Michigan Science Center, tell us what that experience looks like and some of the safety precautions that you're taking into consideration now.
Absolutely. Well, as a hands-on museum, we were particularly concerned when we shut down on March 13th. What would it be like when we reopened? Would we be able to address the COVID-19 concerns to make sure that our sanitation and cleanliness procedures were top-notch? So our cultural district, working with Midtown Inc., worked collaboratively to create a sort of a set of protocols, almost a playbook, if you will, to help deal with the virus. And SARS-CoV-2 is a challenging virus to deal with, and it's not just on surfaces, but you have airborne particles in droplets, and some are aerosolized that you're trying to deal with. So it's a challenging proposition. So we worked with NSF International out of Ann Arbor to help us create this playbook and a series of practices that we could use to not only keep the public safe, but also our staff who interacts with the public. So that was a difficult process to go through, but we reopened and we have a group called the Clean Team. We used an airport theme. So if you can imagine, I was thinking, what would be an analogy that we could use to keep people apart? And if you've ever been in sort of the traffic pattern of an airport and you watch the planes come in one after another as air traffic control is controlling them in for a safe landing, they have to be distanced and spaced. And in this case, we wanted to use that arrivals and departures theme in our science center. So we redesigned the exhibits and put things in place in a fun way that allows kids and families to really enjoy, but also
Mhm.
stay safe.
Wonderful. So for our viewers that are looking to get more information about the Science Center and stay connected for news and updates, where do they go for that?
Well, you can go to most of the social media platforms to do that, whether it's Twitter or Facebook, but we do a lot on Facebook,
Okay.
specifically Facebook Live. We have a program that we started right after shutdown called Echo Live, and it's all about doing live science experiments on the air, and we broadcast it through Facebook. You can also find us on YouTube. But if you want to come down, we have a free Summer of Science sponsored by Aramco. Aramco has sponsored free general admission for everyone through September 6th. So it's been nice. We got a lot of people coming in for the free admission, obviously, and they can explore our 220 exhibits. Just go to my-sci.org, my-sci.org, mi-sci.org, and you can register for an opportunity to come down. And then I hope to be able to see you down at the Michigan Science Center.
Christian, thank you so much. It's been great learning about all these wonderful things happening at the Science Center, and we really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me today.
It was great to be here.
Thanks.